Broadcasting live from the Riddicks via OBS Studio Broadcast Center at Fordyce Center in Antioch. This is GNASH Hockey on the Middle Tennessee Sports Network as we welcome you to Week 3 of the 2024 GNASH postseason tonight. It is a winner's bracket final doubleheader here in Antioch. First up, the Preds Cup winners bracket final between 4-seed Montgomery Bell and 2-seed Ensworth-Nolensville-Lipscomb. Then the Hine Cup winners bracket final between 7-seeded Hendersonville Beach Gallatin and 1-seeded Rutherford Rampage. 10 teams still playing GNASH hockey this season. 3 more will be eliminated tonight. 2 more from the Predators Cup, 1 more from the Hine Cup. And the first Hine Cup championship game is a week from tonight at Centennial. Either Hendersonville or Rutherford will get the first spot in it. While in our first game of the night, MBA and Ensworth be battling to see who gets the first spot in the Preds Cup final on Monday, March 4th out in Bellevue. Let me start off by apologizing for the sound of my voice. I've been under the weather, but it sounded a lot better than I did over the weekend. I sounded really bad over the weekend. It was a good thing there were no games on Monday, or else I might have been forced to skip Monday if there had been any games that day. Of course, there weren't any because of President's Day. But, yeah, I don't sound great, but I sound a lot better than I have recently, and hopefully improvement will continue over the course of these next few days. All right, let's go over the results of games from last week. Last Monday, February 12th. Opening round of the Predators Cup continued. It was 2-seed Ensworth-Nolensville-Lipscomb beating 7-seed Mount Juliet-Wilson Central Green Hill 8-3. In the first Hine Cup elimination game, it was Brentwood beating Independence Ravenwood 8-2. And in the final game of the first round of the Predators Cup, it was Father Ryan, the 6-seed, beating 3-seed Pope Prep MLK GCA 2-1 in overtime. In the Henry Hine Cup winners bracket semifinals, it was 7-seed Hendersonville Beach Gallatin beating 3-seed Tennessee Outlaws 5-3. And 1-seed Rutherford Rampage beating 4-seed USNBA Nashville Christian FRA Good Pasture 5-2. In the first Preds Cup elimination game, it was 5-seeded Franklin knocking out 1-seeded Summit Page 6-3. And in the second Hine Cup elimination game of the day, it was 2-seed Centennial beating 6-seed Station Camp Liberty Creek 4-2. Then last Wednesday, in the first Predators Cup winners bracket semifinal, it was Ensworth-Nolensville-Lipscomb beating Father Ryan 1-0 in overtime. In the first Hine Cup losers bracket quarterfinal, it was USNBA Nashville Christian FRA Good Pasture beating Centennial 5-2. In the other Hine Cup losers bracket quarterfinal, it was Brentwood beating the Outlaws 3-1. In the other Preds Cup winners bracket semifinal, it was Montgomery Bell beating Ravenwood 5-1. And in the second Preds Cup elimination game, it was Pope Prep MLK GCA beating Mount Juliet Wilson Central Green Hill 5-1. So here are the games for tonight. Going on right now on Rink A at Centennial, it is the first Preds Cup losers bracket quarterfinal. Ravenwood taking on Pope Prep MLK GCA. That game should have gotten started at 7:10. Coming up in a few minutes here on the North Ring in Antioch, the Preds Cup winners bracket final between Montgomery Bell and Ensworth-Nolensville-Lipscomb. 8:30 on Rink B at Centennial. The other Preds Cup losers bracket quarterfinal between Father Ryan and Franklin. 8:40 on Rink A at Centennial. The Hine Cup losers bracket semifinal between Brentwood and USN. And then 9:15 on the North Ring here in Antioch. The Hine Cup winners bracket final between Hendersonville Beach Gallatin and the Rampage. Before we talk about the two teams playing the first game of the evening, let's talk about Mount Juliet Wilson Central Green Hill. Of course, the game between they and Pope was not done when we went off the air last week because they were playing the late game here in Antioch. But anyway, the departing seniors for Mount Juliet this year will be Ryan Woods, Jacob Thomas, Rylan Kripe, Brant Balls, Noah Smart, Tyler Dubois. I say Woods and Dubois are probably the biggest losses there. Rylan Kripe kind of came into his own. But, yeah, 6 seniors will be departing for Mount Juliet this season. All right, let's talk about the two teams playing tonight's game, or our first game of the evening. First up, Montgomery Bell, coached by J.P. Dumont, who's here tonight. He'll be behind the bench. Started off this Preds Cup with a 4-2 win over Franklin 2 weeks ago tonight. Then a week ago tonight, beat Ravenwood 5-1. So here are their player stats coming into tonight. They have 3 players who each have 3 points, all from 2 goals and an assist. Michael DeTillo, Lee Guy, and Matthew Moore. Actually, Trace Graham also has 3 points from a goal and 2 assists. Ethan Sides and Ethan Moore each have a point from a goal. And Andrew Fretch, James Lehrman each have a point from an assist. Moving on to goalie play, Hunter Wick has started both games. His record 2-0, played the full 84 minutes. Goals against average of 1.5. He's allowed 3 goals and 53 shots, turned over the other 50. His save percentage in the postseason so far is 94. On to Ensworth-Nolensville-Lipscomb, coached by Tim McAllister. Last Monday, a week ago Monday, February 12th, they beat Mount Juliet Wilson Central Green Hill 8-3, and then last Wednesday beat Father Ryan 1-0 in overtime. So here are their player stats coming into tonight. They have JT Borland has 2 points, both from goals, and then they have 4 players who have 2 points from a goal and an assist. They are Trex Hooper, Lucas Tarquin, Jax Dooner, and Ben Salkin. Then you have Logan Green, Hudson Honeybone, and Spencer Kern, who each have 1 point from a goal. Then you've got Cam Fowler and Charlie Bonert, who each have 1 point from an assist. Bingston Soundara has played both games in net, so his record 2-0. He's played just shy of 89 minutes. Goals against average of 1.42. 1 shutout. He's allowed 3 goals and 52 shots, turned away the other 49. His save percentage of the postseason so far is also 94. Henry Esser will not be playing for Ensworth this evening. He's a scratch. So is Henry Cravens, along with Thatcher Borden, Brandon Bello, and Brock Scribner. But Scribner is the 3rd-string goalie behind Bingston Soundara and Ruben Allen. These two teams played just once in the regular season. November 13th ended in a 2-2 tie. An incredible 40-plus save performance from Hunter Wick. Somebody's going to win tonight. Winner of this game moves into the final. The loser falls into the losers bracket final, which will take place next Wednesday night at 7:10 on Enrique at Centennial. Bingston Soundara going to start in goal for Ensworth. Hunter Wick going to start in goal for MBA for this first period. Ensworth will carry the puck towards me. MBA will carry it away from me. I'm standing behind the net that MBA are defending, which is closest to the lobby. The bleacher side is the near side of the ice, and the benches side is the far side. And this game is underway. Ensworth winning the opening draw. Got to be careful in how they try and bring the puck into the NBA zone. Immediately cleared out by Michael DiTillo. Now here's Trace Graham, I think, bringing it into the Ensworth zone, and it comes to the left-hand side of the net, and it's in the glove of Bingston Soundara, and that took just 19 seconds off the clock. Draws to Soundara's left. And puck came to the left point and was fired past the net by Andrew Fretch. Fretch out there with Lee Guy and Trace Graham as Ensworth end up icing the puck. 13:28 to go in the first. No goals on the board. Draw is going to be to the left of Soundara once again. NBA win it, try and keep it in the zone. Puck at the right point, now down deep in the Ensworth end. Sent around the boards to the near side. Jack Studer tried to clear it out. Held into the blue line and sent back down deep by Duke Dalba. Ensworth clear it on the near side. Dalba trying to get it back in the zone, and offside going to be called against NBA. 12:55 left in the first. No goals on the board. NBA have dominated the first puck possession during the first minute. Draw is going to be on the dot across from the Ensworth bench. Draw one by Ensworth. They bring it into the NBA zone on the right wing side. Nice back checking by Abe Lasher to poke it away from Spencer Kern. Puck held in at the right point and sent over to the left wing corner. Big Red come up with it and bring it out. Lehrman at center, and it taken off him by Jackson Malleus Mayer. Dump back into the NBA zone. Ensworth will make a change. Here's Lasher around the back of his own net. Banks it off the near kick plate, or far kick plate. Out to center. Oh, and unable to keep it on his stick was Eli Stark. Puck sent back into the Ensworth zone. Coming around the wall to the far side and out to center. Brought into the NBA zone, and offside called against the Ice Tigers. Heath Udy brought it in. I guess he was a little bit ahead of the puck when he came in. 12:10 left in the first. No goals on the board. Draw is going to be on the dot in front of the NBA bench. One by Ensworth, puck back into the NBA zone deep. Out near the left-hand side of the NBA net, Justin Ozco trying to pass it up to the right point. Ben Salkin, now there's a tie-up for it. Puck cleared out by the Big Red. Here's JT Borland. Ahead to Trex Hooper, who backhands it back into the NBA zone. It's on the left wing side. Hooper with it, hands it off. Salkin shot in the left circle, knocked away by Hunter Wick. Puck behind the net. Lee Guy sending it around on the near boards. Held in. Trying a centering pass was Nozco. Puck comes up to the right point. That's held in, and a shot gloved and held on to by Wick. That shot coming from Cam Fowler. 11:27 left in the first. No goals on the board, and Ensworth getting their first. Getting their first chances at the goal tonight. Draws to the left of Wick. Won by NBA. Puck sent around the wall to the far side. Held into the left point and shot just past the net to the left of Wick. Not sure who that was just yet. Now the puck comes past the net again to his left. I think that may have been JT Borland in that shot. Puck out near the left point. NBA clear. Brought back into the NBA zone by Sonkin. He'll backhand it deep. Puck in the left wing corner. Trex Hooper passing out to the blue line. Held in and a shot from out high. Saved by Wick. That was Borland again. Puck out at center. Lee Guy grabs it. Brings it into the Ensworth zone. Down the right wing side he goes. Trying to pass it to the front of the net. Broke it up, but it comes to Andrew Fretch, and he's able to get off a shot that misses the net to the right of Soundara. Puck trickling back towards the NBA zone. Picked up by Fretch. Passed over to the far side, or near side, Abe Lasher. Now Matthew Moore chasing it back into the Ensworth zone. Trying to go to the front of the net. A backhander. Turned away by Soundara at the right-hand side of the net. Puck of the inboards. Moore passes to the left wing corner. Trying to put it out in front for Moore. It's behind the net. Moore trying to put it out in front again. Held in Lasher. Puck trickles into the left wing corner. Lasher trying to put it out in front. Comes out to the left point, Ethan Moore. Ethan Moore's shot misses the net to the right of Soundara. Puck out on the far side. Held in by Michael Datillo. His shot blocked it up back the other way. Come Ensworth. Spencer Kern, I think, bringing it into the NBA zone, trying to cut to the slot. Here's a little shot, floater shot in the left circle. Stopped and held on to by Hunter Wick. That was from ex-NBA player Lucas Tarquin. 9:39 left in the first, no goals on the board. Draw is going to be to Wick's right. Puck in the left wing corner off the draw. Michael Datillo with it, carrying it around to the near side. Trying to backhand it out, held into the blue line. Cam Fowler, his shot off a sticking over the net, stays in play. Puck in the left wing corner, Moore. Matthew Moore trying to clear it out. Ethan Moore came to him right at the blue line, and his clearing attempt was blocked. Then he clears it out on the second try. Puck back in the Ensworth zone, Ice Tigers controlling. It's out at center, Graham Rudder sends it back into the Ensworth zone. JT Borland around the back of his own net. Brings it to center. Into the NBA zone on the right wing side. Could not get around the back-checking defender that was Graham Rudder. Puck comes out to the right point. Held in Cam Fowler. He's trying to go to the slot. Puck poked off his stick by Ethan Moore. And it's out at center. Matthew Moore now. Brings it into the Ensworth zone. Gets off a shot that misses the net to the right of Soundara. NBA making a change. Oh, and avoiding a big hit at center from Abe Lasher was Heath Hudie. Turned and made Lasher miss him. Puck brought back into the Ensworth zone and shot past the net, I think, by Hunter Musser. Now the Ice Tigers bring it out again. It's in the NBA zone on the left wing side. Picked up. Trying to backhand it out in front. This is Grant Rank. Puck held into the blue line and a shot blocked. Came towards the front of the net anyway, and Will Copeland couldn't get a stick on it. Now Copeland chasing it out to the far side. He's going to let Emmett Castile grab it and carry it out to center and put the body on Castile. Puck taken back by Ensworth inside their own zone, but I think it was Will Copeland who got knocked down on the far side, allowing the puck to stay alive via NBA. Puck now on the near side and trickling out to center. Puck brought back into the NBA zone on the right wing. A shot blocked. That shot coming from Grant Rank. Here's Spencer Kern along the blue line. Moving to the left wing side. Banks it off the boards. Catches back up to it in the left wing corner. Around the back of the net he goes. He's out on the near side. Puck taken away from him by Lee Guy, then poked off Guy's stick, but it comes back to Zach Rankin. Rankin having trouble with it inside his own zone. It ends up going out to center, but taken back by Kearney. Brings it back into the NBA zone. Tries to around the back pass to Sonkin. Puck ends up back at center, and Andrew Fretch backhands it back into the Ensworth zone. Puck out at center again. Brandon Fremgen trying to turn it towards the Ensworth zone. It's back in the NBA end. Abe Lasher with it trying to clear. Came straight off the kick plate. Over to Jack Stuner. And a shot from out high. Glove by Wick, and he's going to hang on for the whistle. That was Trex Hooper, excuse me. 6:41 to go in the first. No goals on the board. Draws to Wick's left. Squirts to the front of the NBA net off the draw. Brendan Fremgen takes it, whips it around the boards to the far side. Lee Guy with it out at center. Guy into the Ensworth zone. Left wing side, a shot. Knocked down by Soundar, and he's got it covered. Draws to Soundar's right. One by Ensworth. Puck cleared out. Brandon Fremgen with it at center. Passes over to the near side. Abe Lasher tries to fire back across. It's off the boards and back into the Ensworth zone. Ice Tigers clear. Jack Stuner sends it back into the NBA zone. Keeping it from going to the front of the net was Brandon Fremgen. There's a backhander from the left circle. And Jack Stuner stopped and held on to by Hunter Wick. 6:05 to go in the first. Still zip. Draws to Wick's right. One by Ensworth. Taken away by the Big Red. Brought out to center, but taken back by the Ice Tigers immediately. And taken back by NBA at center. James Larabin, left wing side of the Ensworth zone. Had the puck taken off him. Here come Ensworth trying to exit the zone. NBA kept the puck alive for a moment. Now Ensworth bring it back. It's deep in the NBA zone. Michael Datillo behind the net. Comes around on the near side. Tried to pass it ahead to Ethan Sides, and it goes for an icing. 5:22 left in the first. No goals on the board. Draw be to Hunter Wick's left. Big tie up with the puck off the draw. NBA came up with it, but it's turned over to Ensworth. Still inside the zone. Shot in the blue line. Stopped and held onto by Wick. That shot coming from JT Borland. Draw's going to be to Wick's left. One by NBA, backhand around the boards to the far side by Abe Lasher, sent back across to him. He tries to pass ahead to Matthew Moore, went off the stick of JT Borland, came on goal, and Bingston Soundara had to stop and cover. Draw to the right of Soundara. Battle for the puck in the left wing corner. NBA have it. Shot from Abe Lasher off a stick into the netting above the glass. 4:43 left in the first. Still no goals on the board. Draw is to the right of Soundara. Ensworth bring it into the NBA zone. Ben Sonkin Could not get around the defender. Trex Hooper with a puck, trying to back it out in front, knocked away with a stick of Wick. Puck out on the far side. Ethan Moore is going to ice it. So Ben Sonkin getting his first chance to threaten the NBA net tonight. Draw is going to be to Hunter Wick's right. Won by NBA. Lee Guy sends it to the inboards. Whipped around to the near side by Cortland Klett. Now it's brought into the Ensworth zone down the left wing by Andrew Fretch, Puck was behind the net, taken by the Ice Tigers, and they'll bring it to center. Justin Ozko into the NBA zone. Trying to drop it back to Sonkin. Lee Guy ends up clearing it out. Ends up back deep in the Ensworth zone. Cam Fowler with it for the Ice Tigers. Passes it out to center, sent right back into the Ensworth zone by Michael DeTillo. Here come the Ice Tigers again. Brought back into the NBA zone on the right wing side. A shot missed the net to the right of Wick from the right circle. It was Jack Stuner shooting. Now Lee Guy bringing it back into the Ensworth zone on the right wing side. His shot missed the net to the right. Actually, another saying Sandara got a piece of it. Shot from out high. Trace Graham blocked. Puck back at center. Backhanded into the stomach of one of the linesmen by Ensworth's Lucas Tarquin. It's in the NBA zone. Big Red able to get it out, and it went off a stick into the NBA bench. They're saying it went off an Ensworth stick. So they'll drop the puck right in front of the NBA bench. 2:55 left in the first. No goals on the board. Draw one by NBA. Here's Trace Graham in the Ensworth zone. Got off a shot. Actually, puck was poked away from him, came towards the front of the net, and Bingston Soundara decides to stop and cover up just to be safe. Draws to the right of Soundara. One by Ensworth. Puck comes around the wall to the far side. Ice Tigers grab it. They'll bring it to center. Chipped deep into the NBA zone by Hudson Honeybone. The man who had the only goal last week against Father Ryan in overtime with 8 seconds left. Puck was cleared, but the Ice Tigers are going to bring it right back in. Nice move. There's a shot. Stopped by Wick at the right-hand side of the net from J.T. Borland. Shot in the left point. Blocked by Ethan Sides and cleared out. Here's Eli Stark at center. Into the Ensworth zone on the left wing. Trying to pass across to James Lerman. That's broken up. Comes to Matthew Moore on the right wing side. He's pushed into the boards. Now back the other way come the Ice Tigers. Ben Sonkin in the NBA zone. Taking a shot from out high that's steered into the netting above the glass by Hunter Wick. 1:47 left in the first. No goals on the board. Draw is going to be to Wick's left. One by NBA. Puck whipped around the boards to the far side. And out to center it goes. Ice Tigers regain control. It ends up back in their zone, though. Matthew Moore with it on the left wing side. Goes behind the net with it, and it gets away from him. And Ensworth trying to clear. Duke Dalba trying to keep it alive at the blue line. He did. Then taken back by Ensworth and brought to center again. That's back in the NBA zone on the right wing side. Oh, and trying to maneuver around the defender. Graham Rudder was Jack Stuner, but Rudder poked the puck away. Cleared out by Matthew Moore. Sent right back in, but Michael Datillo has it. Final minute of the first. And Graham Rudder sends it up the near boards, back into the Ensworth zone. Icing is waved off. As NBA change the line and bring their big guns out. Oh, and a steal inside the NBA zone. Puck put in front, stopped and covered up by Wick. A rare mistake from Abe Lasher. Passed it to the slot. It was intercepted and carried to the front of the net by Charlie Bonert. Luckily for NBA, Hunter Wick comes up with him. Hunter Wick comes up big for them again. 40.3 seconds left in the first. No goals on the board. Draws to his right. Puck cleared out by Lee Guy. Oh, but brought in right back in offside by Hudson Honeybone as Ben Sonkin was trying to exit the zone. Draw is going to be on the dot right in front of the NBA bench. Won by Ensworth, under 30 seconds to go in the period. Puck brought back into the NBA zone. Abe Lasher takes it away, tries to clear. Big tap forward to the right point, sent down deep by Ben Salkin. Brandon Fremgen getting knocked into the board. Still able to send the puck around to the far side, but Trace Graham gives it away. Trying to send it to the front of the net was Honeybone, and that was blocked. Trace Graham trying to clear it out again. Having trouble doing so. Puck out at center. Dumped back in the NBA zone, and that is it for the first. Well, Ensworth, the more offensive team, but neither side getting that many chances. NBA and Ensworth-Nolensville-Lipscomb tied at 0 at the end of one in the Preds Cup winners bracket final. Ready to go with the start of the second period. Bingston Soundara still in goal for Ensworth. Hunter Wick still in goal for NBA for this second period. NBA will carry the puck towards me. Ensworth will carry it away from me. NBA win the draw, but turn it over to Ensworth. It's in the big red zone, and a shot from Jack Studner went off his stick and wide. Then he tries to stuff it in from the left-hand side of the net, stopped by Hunter Wick. Puck on the inboards, trying to put it out in front was Dooner. Puck now over on the near side. Here's Ethan Moore in the left wing corner. He banks it off the far boards. Wow. Makes it Sadar, comes out to play it and passes it ahead to Cam Fowler. He let Duke Dalba go past him. It was baller from Soundara. Puck was in the NBA zone for a moment. Now it's out at center again. Oh, and turned over. Oh, JT Borland gave it away to Duke Dalba right of the Ensworth blue line. But I think Ethan Moore had gone in before Dalba, and Dalba brought the puck in offside. That took the first 54 seconds Off the clock in the second. 13:06 to go in the second. No goals on the board. Draws on the dot right in front of the NBA bench. One by the Big Red, but it's in their zone and having to track it down. I think it was Cortland Klett. Whips it around the boards down the near side for an icing. So the puck will be back or be dropped in the NBA zone. It's going to be to the right of Hunter Wick. Draw one by Ensworth and a shot stopped by Wick. That was from Ben Sonkin. And the rebound was knocked away from the front of the net. Puck out at center, Trace Graham with it. Hands it off, Lee Guy in the Ensworth zone. His shot missed the net to the left of Soundara. Puck trickling over towards the left wing corner. Picked up and brought out by Trex Hooper. Passes over to Ben Sonkin. Sonkin, left wing side of the NBA zone, getting off a shot that was blocked, came to the front of the net, came right back to him, and then he shot it past Wick at the right-hand side of the net. Now Sonkin with the puck again on the left wing side. Passes across Trex Hooper, passed up to the right point, Hudson Honeybone. Back down the right wing side, Hooper. Trying to put it in front, went off a stick, an NBA stick. Big Red trying to bring it out. It's out at center, but Ensworth have control. Here's Spencer Kern. Puck now inside the Ensworth zone, but the Ice Tigers have it. Kern fires it across. Ben Sonkin out at center. Chips it into the NBA zone, trying to catch up to it down low. And the puck cleared down ice by the Big Red. Catching up to it is Borland. He'll send it across to Heath Hudie. Hudie sends it up the far side to Will Copeland, but off his stick into the NBA zone it goes. Big Red trying to clear it out. Brandon Fremgen. Passing it ahead to Trace Graham. Graham at center and it poked away. It's back in the NBA zone and fired down ice for an icing by the Big Red. 11-11 left in the second. No goals on the board. Draw is to the left of Wick. Puck came out to the right point, and a shot from Hudson Honeybone, or Cam Fowler, I think, was blocked. Puck goes all the way back into the Ensworth zone. Ice Tigers immediately clear it out. Heath Hudie. Now Cam Fowler brings it into the NBA zone. Shot knocked down by Wick with a glove. Puck cleared out. Ice Tigers take it back. Cam Fowler brings it back in on the right wing side. Gets off a shot. It's turned away by Wick. Put down the glove. Puck behind the NBA net. And we get a whistle. We're going to get a penalty. It's against Cortland Klett. First penalty of the game. I'm not sure what the call is. So Ensworth getting the first power play of the game. No goals on the board. 10:41 to go in the second. Draws to Hunter Wick's right. As two of the two referees and one of the linesmen are talking at the scorekeeper box. Not really sure what the holdup here is. Okay, so now what's going on? Looked like we were ready to go, and then all of a sudden we're not going. We're held up here. So an impromptu timeout here. We didn't have coincidentals, did we? Not really. Again, I'm not really sure what the holdup is. Cortland Klett went to the box for MBA. I'm not sure if there was anybody in for Ensworth. Now I'm not sure what's going on. Is there some kind of issue? I don't see any maintenance crews. .10:41 left in the second. No goals on the board. Oh, they're having a problem with the scoreboard. Are they having to reset the scoreboard on the far end of the rink? Oh, please don't tell me I'm going to have to look up the scoreboard behind me. For God's sake, not again. Well, thank God this is the last games we're playing in this building this season. Ready to resume, draw to the right of Hunter Wick. I don't even know if there are penalties up. There aren't even penalties up on that board. Won by Ensworth, Hudson Honeybone. Passing over to the right circle. JT Borland, shot blocked. And that clock is not moving. The clock up above us is not moving either. The clock above our heads is stuck. Draw to the left of Hunter Wick. Held in by Ensworth. Yeah, it's not moving. Hudson Honeybone, right point. Passing over to JT Borland. Honeybone. Across the socket, one-timer, he shanked it. Puck comes out to the right-hand side of the net where Wick covers. We should have under 10 minutes left in the second. No goals on the board. So Ensworth are on the power play because there's Cortland Klett. Draws to the right of Wick. Won by Ensworth. JT Borland, right point. Passing out to the blue line. Hudson Honeybone. Now Borland. Borland trying to send it to the front of the net. That's broken up. Puck coming around to the far side. And there's going to be another penalty. Touched up by Sonkin, an elbowing call. This is going to be against Ensworth, I think. because they blew the whistle when Sonkin touched the puck. So it's Sonkin in the box for Ensworth. Again, I'm not sure what the time is because neither scoreboard is up and running. It's in the second. We should be before the halfway point, but both teams are at 4-on-4 now until Cortland Klett comes out of the box. Draw to the left of Soundara. Won by NBA, turned over to Ensworth, and then taken back by NBA, and a little shot from Graham is stopped and covered up by Soundara. And the scoreboards, well, it looks like they're turned back on. Draw to the left of Soundara. Hopefully we get time up on the board again. Won by NBA. A Blasher left point, a shot. Gloved and held onto by Soundara. Draw's going to be to Soundara's right. Won by Ensworth. Puck comes around to the near side. Lee Guy trying to go to the front of the net. A shot hit the outside of the post to the left of Soundara. Big break for Ensworth there. Puck carried to center by Cam Fowler. Fowler brings it into the NBA zone on the right wing side, but couldn't get off the shot because Michael DiTillo jumped in and kind of put the body up against him. Here's a shot from Jackson Malleus-Mayer, I think was turned away by Hunter Wick. Scoreboards are turned on, but it's not showing any time. It's just showing dashes and everything. Hopefully they get that up and running soon because we need it. Cortland Klett should be out of the box by now. Puck carried back into the Ensworth zone, sent across the front of the net from the left wing side by A. Blasher. Puck now to the blue line, dumped back down deep. Here's Matthew Moore. Off the lead guy, trying to pass to the slot, and it hopped away from Ethan Moore. NBA are on the power play now. Probably not for very long. And Trace Graham got fouled. He got tripped going to the near board, so he's drawn another penalty. It's Trex Hooper going off. So it's 5-on-3 for NBA. Again, I'm not sure how much time is left in the second. No goals on the board, though, in this game. Draws to the left of Soundara. Won by the Big Red, Trace Graham. Passing over to the left circle, Michael DiTillo. Back to Graham, right circle. His shot missed the net to the left of Soundara. Puck comes up to the left point, Michael DiTillo. Passes over to Lee Guy. Guy sends it through the crease. Held in by DiTillo at the right point. DiTillo moving along the blue line. Passes over to Graham. Over to Guy. Right circle. What a save by Soundara. Left the net wide open. Lee Guy with a shot. Soundara dives out with a stick. Knocks it down and covers. Wow. Is it still a 5-on-3? Yes, it is for NBA. There can't be much time left in the Sonkin penalty. Draws to the right of Soundara. Won by NBA. Out of the blue line with it is Trace Graham. Passes over to Lee Guy at the left circle, but it went off the boards, and Ben Sonkin out of the box grabs the puck, tries to bring it into the NBA zone. He gets knocked down. So NBA on a 5-on-4 now. Again, I don't know how much time is on it because something's up with the scoreboards. Here's Matthew Moore carrying it around to the left wing side. His shot off some shins over to the near boards. Moore with it again, round the back of the net. Puts it out in front of the shot, stopped by Soundara. Rebound, stopped by Soundara, and he's got it covered Both those coming from Lee Guy. No, but that scoreboard over there didn't work for like a month because there was some over the wire in it, but that one worked. Yeah. Draws to Soundara's left. We probably have under 7 minutes left in the period. NBA with a puck off the draw. Trace Graham, right point, trying to move to the slot. He lost the puck. Jack Studer trying to get it out, taken away and held in by Matthew Moore. Moore on the left wing side. Moore around the back of the net. Comes around to the right wing side, puts it in front for Graham. His shot stopped and covered up point blank by Soundara. Draws to Soundara's right. Draw one by Ensworth. They're trying to get it out. Held in at the left point by Michael Datillo and sent back down deep. Here's Matthew Moore passing out to the left point. Datillo over to Lee Guy. Hopped off his stick. Comes back to him, trying to go to the front of the net. Here's Trace Graham, a shot off Soundara's mask. Stays in play. Here's Lee Guy trying to go to the slide. His shot knocked down. And the rebound knocked away from the front of the net. Cam Fowler's going to bring the puck out to center. Penalty time against Ensworth should be up. It is up. They're now at even strength. Here's a shot from Trex Hooper in the NBA zone that misses the net. Puck held in at the right point. Hudson Honeybone trying to pass it down the wall. Puck slapped around the wall to the near side, and Ensworth could not keep it alive. Icing waved off. It's back in the Ensworth zone. Caught up to by Honeybone. He's standing behind his own net. Honeybone ahead to Lucas Tarquin. Tarquin, left wing side of the NBA zone. Puck poked off his stick. Kept alive, Ben Saukin. Comes back down low to Tarquin. Passes out high to the left point, and Honeybone. Across to the right point. JT Borland's shot missed the net to the right of Wick. Puck cleared to center, but Honeybone catches it and sends it right back into the NBA zone. Puck hits center. Honeybone gives it away. Taken right back by Jackson Malleus-Mayer, though. Left wing side of the NBA zone. Puts it behind the net. Puck comes around to the left wing side. Brought out to center by the Big Red. It's back in the Ensworth zone. Borland. Trying to get it in to Logan Green. Went into his skates. Now, there's going to be a penalty against NBA. Will Copeland, right wing side of the NBA zone. A shot stopped and held onto by Wick. But here comes another penalty against the Big Red. It's going to be Ethan Sides going to the box. Again, I'm not sure how much time is left in the second because the scoreboards, something's wrong with them. Draw is going to be to Hunter Wick's left. No goals on the board. Draw is going to be to the left of Wick. They've turned off the scoreboards again. I think they're trying to reboot them. Draw one by Ensworth. Here is Hudson Honeybone trying to send it to the front of the net. Puck comes out to Sonkin. Across the Borland, what's a score? JT Borland! JT Borland from the right circle, one times it into the back of the net. And Ensworth take a 1-0 lead here in the second. Draw one by NBA. It looks like we'll have, maybe we'll get things back up and running soon with the scoreboards here. JT Borland from behind his own net. Okay, well, they put the score up on the board. They put Ensworth's goal up on the board. Stretch pass up the near side off the stick of Sonkin into the NBA zone. Now they've got the little screen on the operator box there inside the scorekeeper area, so they should know how much time is left here in the period. Brandon Fremgen through center. Puck knocked off his stick. They are posting the shot totals on the board right now. Puck put in front of the NBA net, and a backhander, I think, from Sonkin was stopped by Wick. Back the other way comes Abe Lasher, left wing side of the Ensworth zone. Spins around, backhands it up to the blue line. What's up a score? Andrew Fretch with a I think it was Andrew Fretch with a one-timer that glanced off of something and then hit the inside of the left-hand post and in. And it's 1-1 with 2:53 to go in the second. Fretch with a one-timer that looked like it may have hit an Ensworth stick and then deflected over to the left-hand side of the net, hit the post and went in. So an unfortunate break for Ensworth. Game tied at 1, 2:53 left in the second. Draw over the big red and a shot from Duke Dalbus, stopped and covered up by Soundara. Draw was to the right of Soundara. Puck came his way. He had to stop and cover. Draw to the right of Soundara again. Won by Ensworth. Puck in the NBA zone, cleared out immediately by the Big Red. Here's Hudson Honeybone, shot in the left wing side of the NBA zone, turned away by Hunter Wick. Big Red trying to get the puck out, they do. Shot in the right point, Michael Datillo. I think it was blocked. I don't think it ever got to Soundara. Here's a shot from out high from Datillo. Sorry, Ethan Sides, gloved and held onto by Soundara. Draw will be to Soundara's left again. 2:01 left in the second. Game tied at 1. Won by NBA. Abe Lasher carrying it down the left wing. Pass to the slot, intercepted by Trex Hooper, but taken back. Matthew Moore shot over the net from the right circle. Shot from the left wing boards, blocked by the body of JT Borland. Here's Abe Lasher. Offside, he goes into the Ensworth zone. And folks, Ravenwood have knocked out Pope. Wow. Ravenwood beat Pope 7-4. My goodness. What happened there to Pope? So Pope's season is over. Ravenwood, the 8th seed, will be among the last 4. They'll be playing on Monday. Wow. Here's Scott Saukin, left wing side of the NBA zone. Shot, score! Saukin fires it into the back of the net for the left wing boards. 2-1 Ensworth with 72 seconds left in the second. Ensworth with a puck off the draw. Brought into the NBA zone. Last minute of the second. Puck coming around the wall to the near side. And NBA can't get it out. It's kept alive at the blue line. Jackson Malleus Mayer trying to back it into the front of the net. And they're breaking away. They score! Wick couldn't keep it out. I'm not sure who put it in just yet. He's going to have to lead the fist bump line. It's Lucas Tarquin scoring against his old team. And it's 3-1 Ensworth with 36.7 seconds to go in the period. Oh, and here's another steal by Ensworth. Charlie Boner shot in the right circle, misses the net. 20 seconds left in the period. Puck coming around to the right wing corner. Big Red with it. Carried to center. Dumped into the Ensworth zone. Actually, no, it's still at center. Now it's dumped in, and that's it for the second. Oh, we had 4 goals inside the last 3 minutes of the period. 3.5. The goals from Ensworth coming from Lucas Tarquin, JT Borland, and Scott Saukin. And NBA's only goal coming from Andrew Fretch. And Ensworth leading the winners bracket final over NBA 3-1 at the end of 2. Ready to go for the third period. Hunter Wick still in goal for NBA. Bigston Soundara still in goal for Ensworth for this third period. Ensworth will carry the puck towards me. NBA will carry it away from me. Ensworth win the draw, bringing it into the NBA zone. Past the slot, broken up. Duke Dalba carries to center, passes off to Abe Lasher. Lasher, right wing side of the Ensworth zone. Trying to pass it up top. He decides to drop it down low. Puck comes out to the left circle, and a shot stopped and held on to by Soundara. That shot coming from Duke Dalba. Wow, Pope, I can't believe Pope lost to Ravenwood. I cannot believe that. I cannot believe that. Danny Korn says they were up 4-2 at one point. How did they lose that game from up 4-2? My goodness. Got to do another Ravenwood game. They blew a 4-2 lead, lost 7-4. Puck brought back into the NBA zone on the right wing side. Here's Spencer Kern, poked off his stick from behind by Abe Lasher. Puck was cleared out, brought back in. Trex Hooper trying to pass the slot. Ben Sauger. Puck in front, shot just past the net to the left of Wick by Justin Nosko. Out eye from the slot, a shot from Sauger, stopped and held on to by Wick. 12:27 to go in regulation. 3-1 Ensworth. Draws to Wick's left. Turnover inside the Ensworth zone. Lee Guy with a steal, passes down low, trying to get it in front to Guy. Now the puck taken back by Ensworth. Here's Sonkin into the NBA zone. His shot blocked, comes back to him on the left wing side. Passes out high. Justin Nosko, backhander, stopped by Wick. And Wick moving out to his left, and he covers up the puck. 11:48 left in regulation. Still 3-1 Ensworth. But it was almost 4-1 just now. Draw to the left of Wick, won by NBA. Abe Lasher backhanding it around the wall to the far side. Heath Hudi kept it alive. Carrying it down the left wing, getting off. I thought he was trying to pass it, went off his stick, came to the slot. Carried out by Ensworth. Here's James Lehrman carrying the puck back into the Ensworth zone. Shot from Eli Stark, and to be turned away by Soundara. Puck behind the net. Comes around to the right wing side. Zabe Lasher shooting through traffic, misses the net. Puck held in, shot from the left point, stopped and covered up by Soundara. I think it's coming from Ethan Sides. 10:56 left in regulation, still 3-1 Ensworth. Draws to Soundara's right. It's won by Ensworth. Puck carried to center. The shot in the left circle, gloved and held onto by Wick. That shot coming from Jackson Malleus-Mayer. Draw to Wick's right. Won by NBA. Banked hard off the inboards by Michael DeTillo. Kept alive at the right point, or right wing side by Spencer Kern. Eventually the Big Red get it out. Here's Matthew Moore into the Ensworth zone on the right wing side. Has to go to the inboards. Trying to put out in front. Intercepted by the Ice Tigers, and they bring it to center. Spencer Kern, right wing side of the NBA zone. Shot, score! Fires it into the roof of the net from the bottom of the right circle. And it's 4-1 Ensworth with 10:14 left in regulation. NBA won the draw, but it's taken away by Ensworth. Puck back in the Big Red zone. Cleared out. Here's Andrew Fretch. Trying to pass the slot. It's broken up. Ben Soggin carries it out to center. Now flip back into the NBA zone by the Ice Tigers. Abe Lasher trying to clear it out. Held in. Scott Soggin shot. Stopped and held on to by Hunter Wick. 9:42. Left in regulation, still 4-1 Ensworth. Draw to the left of Wick. Won by Ensworth. Shot in the blue line, into the glove of Wick. It actually came out. Now Andrew Fretch, now Lee Guy at center. Back into the Ensworth zone. Hands it off Lasher. It's knocked into the boards. Puck comes around on the far side. Cleared out by the Ice Tigers. Ben Sonkin, left wing side of the NBA zone. Coming in to take the puck off from behind was Andrew Fretch. Backhanded out in front, but intercepted. However, there's going to be a penalty. They're going to call high sticking. And they're going to call it against Andrew Fretch. 9:10 left in regulation. Ensworth returned to the power play up 4-1. Draw is going to be to Hunter Wick's right. Coming up next, the Hein Cup winners final between Hendersonville and Rutherford. Puck out at center. It's in the Ensworth zone. Here's Matthew Moore going down the slot to the net shot. I think he missed. He ended up on a short-handed breakaway and missed the net to the right of Bingston Soundara. Puck back in the NBA zone. Jack Studer gets knocked down. Shot past the net to the left of Wick by Lucas Tarquin. We get another whistle. We're going to have another penalty, I think, against NBA. It's Matthew Moore going to the box for the hit on Dooner. I don't know what the call is, but Ensworth are now on a 5-on-3 for 77 seconds. 8:27 to go in regulation. The Ice Tigers are up 4-1. Draw is going to be to Wick's right again. Won by the Big Red. Fired down ice by Michael DeTillo. Soundara out to play it. He'll leave it. Hudson Honeybone, right wing side of the NBA zone, around the back of the net. Minute left to the 5-on-3. Comes around to the left wing side. Honeybone in the blue line, passes over top of the right circle, JT Borland. Down the right wing side to Justin Nosko. Back to Borland. Borland holding. Pass the slot, one-timer, nice save by Wick, got over in time. That was on Trex Hooper. Here's Honeybone, now Borland. Honeybone again out high. Honeybone shot off the left leg pad of Wick and then backhanded back towards the left-hand side of the net. Off the outside frame of it, Wick covers. 30 seconds left of the 5-on-3. 7:39 to go in regulation, still 4-1 Ensworth. Draws to Wick's left. One by MBA, and they fire it to the other end of the rink. Jose Blasher clearing it out. Now here's Ben Salkin through center. Back into the NBA zone on the right wing side. Passes up the wall. JT Borland over to Hudson Honeybone. Top of the left circle, went to shoot and he shanked it. Puck comes out to the right-hand side of the net, covered up by Wick. 2 seconds left of the 5-on-3. Draw is to Wick's right. One by Ensworth. 5-on-3 is up now, 5-on-4. Shot stopped and covered up by Wick. That was from Borland. .38 seconds left of the 5-on-4. 7:04 to go in regulation. Still 4-1 Ensworth. Lee Guy. Draws to Wick's left. Puck comes out to the right point. Spencer Kern passes down the wall to Jackson Malleus-Mayer. Malleus-Mayer trying to get away from Lee Guy. Puck comes out to the right point again, and Kern. Over to the left point, Cam Fowler. Fowler spins away, moving down the left wing, shoots it past the net to the left of Wick. Puck trickles out to center. Kern catches up to it. Under 10 seconds left of the 5-on-4. Penalty time against NBA is up there back at even strength. Cam Fowler pulled down from behind, but no penalty, no arm in the air. Here's Jack Studer trying to back it into the front of the net. Went off an NBA stick. Michael Datillo sending it around to the far side. Held in. Puck in the left wing corner. Lucas Tarquin trying to dig it loose. Here's Michael Datillo. Passing ahead to Matthew Moore. Moore at center. Back into the Ensworth zone on the left wing side, and he lost the puck. Had the puck stolen, cleared out. Time running out for the Big Red. They face being dropped into the loser's bracket. A Blasher to center. Lasher into the Ensworth zone on the left wing side. Shot stopped and held on to by Soundara. 5:27 to go in regulation. Still 4-1 Ensworth. Draw is to the right of Soundara. NBA had it, trying to get it to the front of the net. Shot, I think, from Ethan Moore was stopped. Puck behind the net. Now it's over on the far side. Will Copeland clears. And offside called against Ensworth. Logan Green was pinned up against the boards, and Will Copeland brought it in offside. He was pinned up against the bench boards of NBA, I should say. Puck is going to be dropped on the dot right in front of the NBA bench. Here's a Blasher, right wing side of the Ensworth zone. Stops. Tries to pass to the front of the net, taken away by the Ice Tigers. Cleared to center. It's back in the NBA zone. Graham Runner going to track it down. He put it in his own net. Oh, my God. Graham Runner put it in his own net. From the right wing boards. It's Borland. They're hugging. But Graham Runner went to pass it behind his own net, and it ended up in the back of his own net. What a nightmare for NBA. And it's 5-1 Ensworth with 4:32 left in regulation. An own goal by Graham Runner, my God. Puck back in the NBA zone. And offside called against NBA in the other direction. Now, puck back in the NBA zone. Michael Datillo with it, passes up the near side or far side. Now we get a whistle. We get another penalty against NBA, it looks like. Zach Rankin in the box for NBA, so Ensworth back to the power play up 5-1. 3:34 to go in regulation. Ensworth with it. Hudson Honeybone trying to pass it over to JT Borland. Puts it behind the net. Trex Hooper. Hooper passing out to the blue line. Honeybone takes a shot. Stopped by Wick. Looking for a tip was Hooper. Not happening. Now here's Sonkin. Over to Honeybone. Honeybone back to Sonkin. Sonkin whiffed on the shot. Actually, I think he had it poked away. Gets the puck back though. Now here's Borland out high. Borland shot turned away by Wick. Eli Stark's going to clear the puck. Through center come the Ice Tigers. Shot from JT Borland turned away by Wick. Under a minute left in the power play for Ensworth. Matthew Moore. Puck back in the NBA zone. It's out at center. Ends up back in the big red zone. Actually, they're going to call icing against the Ice Tigers. 23 seconds left of the power play. Minute 57 to go in regulation. 5-1 Ensworth. Draws to the right of Soundara. Puck ends up in the right wing corner. Penalty time against NBA is up. They're back at even strength. Puck out at center. Emmett Castile off the bench. Ahead to, I think it's Ethan Moore trying to put it out in front. There's Abe Lasher trying to center. 78 seconds to go in regulation. 5-1, Ensworth. Draws to the right of Soundara. Won by Ensworth. Brought to center. Dumped into the NBA zone. Puck behind the net. Gathered in by Will Brothers. Now Jack Stooner. Puck comes around on the near side boards. Final minute of regulation. Shot in the right wing, and Jacob Francie was blocked. Puck cleared out. That's back in the Ensworth zone. Cleared out for a moment, brought back in by Abe Lasher, trying to go to the front of the net. Puck taken away. Held in Hunter Musser at the left wing side. Trying to pass it off, that was blocked under 30 seconds to go. Puck carried to center and back in and back towards the NBA net, turned away by Wick. That shot coming from Jack Stooner. Puck out at center. Back in the Ensworth end. Was nothing until late in the second. Then Ensworth scored 3 late in the second, 2 here in the third, and the Ensworth-Nolensville-Lipscomb Ice Tigers are off to the Predators Cup final on March 4th as they beat NBA 5-1. An amazing year continues, and it will continue in the state championship game a week from next Monday. Wow. What a game.
I would never go across this line because God knows what would happen.
Wow. That turned in Ensworth's feet in the second on the goal from J.T. Borland. And then the game really, well, Andrew Fretch got that really weird game-tying goal. But then Ben Saugen scores the winner late in the second. Lucas Tarquin adds a third, and then here in the third, a goal from Spencer Kern, and then the own goal by Graham Rudders, shooting it into the back of his own net from the right wing boards. Hopefully the score sheet comes around here, just so I can confirm the scores. So the GNASH Cup winners have to go through the losers bracket. So the goal from NBA came from Andrew Fratch. Ensworth goals. Ensworth's goals came from J.T. Borland, Ben Sonkin of the game winner, Lucas Tarquin, Spencer Kern, and I'm being told by Ensworth parents that Will Brothers was the one getting congratulated, getting credit for the Graham Runner own goal. So not really sure, but player of the game is going to be Ben Sonkin, who had the game-winning goal. And he had the assist on the J.T. Borland goal, the primary assist. Before we jump off, wrap up coverage of this game, again, Ravenwood beat Pope 7-4, so Pope's season is over. The departing seniors for Pope Red MLK GCA, oh man, they're all big losses. Jack Davis, Eric Kilberg, Jacob Sullivan, and Nick Gentili. Man, that is a lot of kids that Pope are going to lose. And they also have to give up Jacob Benoit. They picked him up in the goalie draft from the Outlaws. So he goes back to the Outlaws. Benoit has one more year, by the way. He'll be a senior next year. So Pope are going to have to go looking for another goalie to back up Anthony Pellegrino. But wow, I mean, what a bad result. What a bad result for Pope. Up 4-2 and they lose 7-4. Just a nightmare. But the final score on this game, Ensworth-Nolensville-Lipscomb dominated from late in the second on, and they beat MBA 5-1, and they're moving on to the Predators Cup final on March 4th. MBA will play on the last night at 7:10 against either Ravenwood, Father Ryan, or Franklin. That Ryan Franklin game should be going on. It should be almost half an hour old. Wow. What a victory for Ensworth. Ensworth-Nolensville-Lipscomb into the Predators Cup final, beating MBA 5-1, coming up at 9:10. Pregame for the Hein Cup winners bracket final. Hendersonville beats Gallatin and Rutherford. Again, the final score here in the Predators Cup winners bracket final. Ensworth-Nolensville-Lipscomb 5, MBA 1. The Ice Tigers headed to the Predators Cup final.